Hi, I'm Leslie Maddox, and today I'm sharing with you a review of the ever-popular Bob Books readers, along with my recommendations and best tips for using them. I have used Bob Books with all three of my kids. Right now I'm using them with my youngest, my preschooler, and he has been through several of these boxes, and there's another one that I've got down in his work boxes that he's working his way through. For now, I'll just show you the set one beginning readers and talk about them a little bit. So the Bob Books each come in a box with a set of readers in them. Sometimes there's 8, 10, 12 different readers in them. It's helpful to look at the back sometimes. The back of this box shows you the order of the readers. So this one is the set 4 for complex words, and it does show you more information. It shows you more products that you can purchase, but this especially appeals to pre-K through first graders, and reading level is for kindergarten. I find that to be helpful information. Now, if I open up this box set and pull out the readers, this set has, see on the side, it has 12 readers. And they're very simple. If you look inside, you see that they don't have a lot of color. Usually they're black and white, sketch type drawings, illustrations with one other color. Very simple. And this is the very first of the first set, so it's CVC words and easy to sound out. What's really nice about these readers is that even when a student has just begun reading, they can read an entire book. And to them, that's really exciting that they read a book. At the beginning of each of these readers, they do have some information about what sounds are going to be used here. It's nice as the parent to know what sounds are being used here. So if, for example, you want to use this as a supplement for your reading curriculum or your phonics curriculum, you can quickly look through these and see which ones, you don't have to do them in order, book 1, 2, or 3. You can look and see which of these readers do I want to use with my student now. But I just started off with set 1, book 1, and we've been going through them. And the way I've been using them is that it's a supplement to our phonics program. We use Hooked on Phonics. I have another review on that. I'll put down below, the link to it down below. But I use this as a supplement. So we do a little bit of reading out of Hooked on Phonics, and then we pull out whatever box set we're working on and the current book in the box set that we're working on, and we'll read through it. If I feel like he's mastered that book, then we'll move on to the next. If not, if I feel like we probably need to be going over it a few more times, especially for the sight words, then I just say, okay, good job, let's put this away and we'll read it again tomorrow. So that's how I've been using it, and I feel like it has worked really well for my youngest. Some of the box sets do have an additional resource to go along with them, and you'll notice here on the side of the box, like this one says that it has 10 readers in it, along with 40 rhyming word puzzle cards, and they all have that parent guide. So if I open this up, this is the rhyming words box, and I've already taken apart the puzzle pieces for the rhyming word cards, and they're just basically word families. And my son loved this. He spent a long time with it, just kind of making new words with them, and just sat on the floor doing that. So see, it has the ends of basically word families, and then you can match them up with different beginning sounds. So he really enjoyed that. That was a fun little simple hands-on interactive type of activity for those students that enjoy having some interactive learning. And like I stated, they all have this parent card. Let's see if I can find the one in here. And the parent card gives you some hints for teaching reading to your child, and which is helpful if you have not taught a child to read, and there's different ideas that you can incorporate into your homeschool there. And also, even if you have taught a child to read, my experience has been that all of my kids are different, and I've needed to try different things with each of them. So it's always helpful to get new ideas. I would recommend Bob books for students that love the written word but are not yet fluent readers. It's exciting for them to be able to finish a book. Even the set 4 books are still, pretty small and pretty simple for them to read in one sitting. And if not, sometimes my kids do wear out. If there's a lot of, let's say, new sight words or a lot of sounding out, they do get worn out. Their brain just gets tired. So we'll just read as much as they can and then stop. But for a lot of the books, they can just sit and read them in one sitting, and they really love that. They find that exciting, especially for these kids who love to sit and look through books and pretend like they're reading. When they can actually read an entire book, that's really exciting for them. I would also recommend these books for students that prefer independent activities, because a good way of allowing them to build confidence in reading is to give them, once you've read through a box set with them, let's say you complete set 2 with them and you move on from there, well, maybe for some independent reading, just say, hey, you get to read this one by yourself when you want to. Maybe we'll have some reading time after lunch and just sit and read these books. And so that's fun for them to, after they have read it with me, they can just sit and read them by themselves and just feel excited that they're like a grown-up reading a book by themselves. It's really exciting for them. So for kids that want to read independently, giving them a set that's just below their reading level is, I find, really helpful and encouraging to them as they continue their phonics studies. But I would not recommend these books to students that are highly visual, that will not appreciate the simple aesthetic of the Bob books. Like I showed you earlier, they are very, very simple. I feel like a lot of kids find these pictures really charming, and my kids loved them, and they just thought they were so funny. I didn't get it, but they loved them. But for a student who really needs more in the way of visuals, they may not enjoy the simple aesthetic, but you might want to give it a try. They might surprise you. My best tips for using Bob books in your homeschool are, first of all, to not rush through them. The simplicity of each reader may tempt you into just rushing through each book, but it's important to remember, I think, that while these readers may look like just pamphlets to us as adults, to our kids, that this is a real book, so we should treat them like real books. That means allowing them to read through it slowly if they want to, and just to have fun with it. That means talking about the characters, like, what is the bug doing? Continuing on, what do you think that pug is thinking? So talking about the characters. Ask your child what they think was going to happen next. Discuss how much you liked the book or didn't like it at the end. So treat it like a real book and ask questions and discuss. And a lot of times my kids will just want to sit and look at the pictures and think about it. I mean, that's what picture books are about, right? It's immersing yourself in the book and in the story. And even though these are very simple, they still allow students to do that. So that'll be my first tip, to treat these books like real books. Also, students that require more interactive learning methods might enjoy some free printables that were created by This Reading Mama. I'll put the link down below. I haven't used them, but I love her resources. I believe she's a former teacher and a homeschool mom, so she has high quality printables that we've used in our homeschool. I just haven't used the Bob Books printables yet. I probably should, but I would recommend those for a student that needs to interact with information a little bit more. And a third tip about reading these books, when I do any reading with my kids, I heard this or I read this tip a long time ago, and it has really helped out with my kids. When they're reading through, so for example, if they're reading the sentence, pug has a mug, and they get one of these words wrong, the suggestion I saw was just to say, try again. Instead of, nope, that's wrong, do that one again. Just a simple try again. And if they try it again and they still don't get it, I might say to them one more time, okay, try it again, especially if I know that they could sound it out and that maybe they're just distracted by the picture or aren't looking at it closely and just kind of glance at it and guess at the word. So I might tell them 2 times, try again. And then the 3rd time, I'll give them, if they still don't have it, I'll just tell them the word. I think this is especially helpful with sight words. The whole purpose of the whole idea behind sight words, or the high frequency words, is that you see them a lot. They are high frequency. So I don't do any other activities for high frequency words other than just reading, because you see them so often. If I just apply the word to my student, then eventually they're going to get it. For a while they won't. I might say one time, try again. If I know they've seen it before but might not remember it, I'll have them try again, and if they still don't have it, then I'll just apply it to them. So that would be my suggestion for reading through. I know, listen, I'm teaching my 3rd child to read, and sometimes I think I'm going to go a little bit crazy with all the sounding out. But I think those tips have helped us in our homeschool. If you would like to see more videos like this one, where I give you my recommendations and tips for using different books and curricula in your homeschool, please tap on the playlist to the side. That's where I will keep all of these types of videos. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.